les New-Yorkais, saviez-vous que votre carte ID NYC expire? Rendez-vous sur nyc.gov-ID et suivez les étapes faciles en ligne pour renouveler et continuer à profiter des avantages de votre carte ID NYC. Hey les New-Yorkais, saviez-vous que votre carte ID NYC expire? Continuez à profiter des avantages de votre carte ID NYC, comme les remises sur les produits alimentaires, les visites de musées, les abonnements au centre de sport et bien plus encore en renouvelant votre carte dès aujourd'hui. Rendez-vous sur nyc.gov-ID et suivez les étapes faciles pour effectuer votre renouvellement. Si vous avez besoin d'aide pour renouveler votre carte, appelez le 311 et dites ID NYC et continuez à utiliser votre carte ID NYC comme carte universelle pour tous les New-Yorkais.
Voilà, avant de revenir avec nos partenaires d'IDG qui sont déjà sur place, je vous le disais, notre invité aujourd'hui, de toute façon, on l'aura la semaine prochaine, Katalay in the house. Alors, Katalay, vous préparez quelque chose de grandiose à Harlem, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, bien sûr. Avant tout, bonsoir à tout le monde.
Bonsoir.
Et partout que ça vous trouve ces messages, donc des encouragements et Africa, oui.
Alors, donc, ça va se passer à Apollo Theater et ce sera encore.
Oui, donc j'invite tout le monde, la famille, c'est l'Afrique qui gagne. African Festival, ça se passe à Apollo. Je suis l'orchestre qui va représenter le 5 mars, le samedi prochain qui arrive. Je serai là avec mon orchestre, Kumu Katala and the Lifelong Project.
En tout cas, merci et sachez qu'à la radio Sunuafrik, on sera présent et nous demandons à tout le monde de venir vous supporter. Merci encore, mon frère.
Merci.
Voilà. Alors, vous l'avez compris, c'est Nukuma Katalay, donc Apollo Theater, samedi prochain, Inch'Allah Rabi. Donc, soyez présents quand même. Labi in the house. Alors, Labi, I hope you're going to be at the party next Saturday at Apollo Theater to support our brother.
Well, I heard the address, and you're definitely going to be there.
There you go. IDG got to represent, because like when the drivers are riding all these hours, they play good music, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And, Jackie with us, I believe, and Malik as well.
They're on the way and not here yet.
So, yes, they're probably going to join shortly. But there's something really I want to start tonight, talk.
Go ahead.
And it's the greatest recipe of disaster is called ignorance. Why I'm bringing this tonight? Because I want the driver to pay attention to something really important in this country. Ignorance doesn't pay off. What pays off is actually getting educated and knowing where you stand. IDG has put in place many programs, and one of those programs is education, which is completely free for drivers in terms of learning about the industry. And even if you want to actually either learn English, be more proficient at your communication with your customer, and also as simple as learning how to communicate properly with your customers. Because one thing it's for sure, Elijah, and you would agree with me.
Yeah.
Customer service.
Very important.
It's based on communication.
That's right.
The way you greet people. Mm-hmm. The way you understand what the requests are. Mm-hmm. The way you may say something and you think it's something else, right? And that's very important for drivers to recognize, because at the end of the day, what is more important for a driver is to be safe and go back to his house with zero stress. And I think education does help.
It's the key.
So we are promoting education as much as we can. ESL class was put in place. If you want to register for those classes, simply contact IDG 917-594-6880. Or you can also log into Drivers Guild, that it's spelled Drivers, GUILD.org. select the New York chapter, and then go to classes. There's many link over there that you can register, and also the dates are being presented there. So one thing that I really want drivers actually to get hold of is our new address. We're going to be sharing soon, and we are going to have a grand opening, hopefully within the next few weeks. Yes, the work is still happening. It's going to be in Long Island City, Skillman Avenue, and 36th Street. So rendezvous soon. So Elijah wanted to be one of the visitors on the ground opening. Of course,
I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Well, family IDG always going to be there.
Of course.
You are part of the family as well.
Thank you.
Today I had received so many calls about deactivation. And while I'm talking about education, there are a lot of drivers getting deactivated because of communication. And it's always like a circle. It always circles back to education. If you get deactivated, not to worry, there is a website. Unfortunately, there is some hiccups with that. Companies take too much time to reply to drivers' appeal, but we're working on speeding that process. Many drivers really got to the platform. Some of them, they come back to IDG and say that we thank you, IDG, for helping me get back my job. Some, they completely ignore that. Totally fine with IDG. But drivers, if IDG helped you in any way, whether it's deactivation or grants that you apply for, it doesn't hurt to give us a call and to just let us know, give us your feedback, how IDG is doing. That's all what we want to hear from you. Because why? Because it helps us actually, whether we need to enhance the program or change it or add, all these are really important. So your feedback is very important. So please email us or contact us, 917-594-6880. We would like to hear from you. The other thing, Elijah, was when drivers get really deactivated, they only focus on when I'm going to get back. When I'm going, that's the only focus. They don't think about how can I prevent myself from getting deactivated in the future. So that's very important. And again, educating yourself on how to communicate with with riders is very important. If you get deactivated for low rating, we have a class and a training in place. Right now, we're only doing it through Zoom. Again, 917-594-6880. Just send us a message that you're interested to register for the 5-star class. We will send you that information on how to register and when the class is going to take place. Also, for drivers that get deactivated, there's a website called I Am Deactivated. I am, A-I-A-M, deactivated.com. So you can go to the website anytime, register, open your case, and file an appeal. It's as simple as that. So how does this process work? So first, once we receive your information, if we need more information about your case, the reason why you were deactivated, when did you get deactivated, what is the account that you've been using, whether is it Uber, is it Lyft, is it in New York, or any other state that we represent drivers on. So once we receive those the information about your case, we file an appeal. So filing an appeal means that we send an appeal to the company, right? And then they will whether approve it or deny it. If they deny it, then there is another process that we have to go through. So it's actually communicating with the company, and so they can actually give us the reason why they denied the appeal. But once the appeal is accepted, a hearing date will be scheduled. Yes, because of COVID, all those hearings are going through Zoom meeting, happening through a Zoom meeting. So it's a very simple process. And then, during the hearing, a peer of driver is going to be your judge. So whether you're going to be reactivated or take a training or remain deactivated, that's the decision happen during that hearing. But for more information about that, you can contact IDG at 917-594-6880. So that's about the activation. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about collective bargaining and what does it mean to be a driver in New York City and why we want to stay independent. When I started my journey as a worker or a business-oriented worker, I had the W job. I worked in corporate America. I worked for companies, house commission, house salary, and it really was never a satisfying moment for me. So and I told myself, I am in America, right? I'm an immigrant, come to this country to be successful, right? I would like to have this lifestyle. How can I obtain that, right? If you rely on paycheck to paycheck, you can't even cope with your regular bills. But we immigrants, we have family back home. We have to send money. So we have that type of tightness, when it comes to our budget and our earning. But again, being a driver can give you a lot of flexibility. You can make a really decent salary to yourself, and you can stay independent. That means you can work any day you want, stop any day you want, travel any day you want. No boss. And some of you would agree with me that you sign up to be a driver because you don't have any boss. The only boss is you. So I just want you to focus on that for a little bit and think about how the industry is changing, how drivers are being treated, how drivers are being exploited. And it doesn't stop only for drivers. In New York City, with the help of the IDG and the Machinists Union, drivers were able to win affordable benefits, which is something that can actually help them cope with other bills, healthcare bills, or compensation. If you get into an accident, so at least there is a system in place that can guide them through, and why not benefit them? With all that, the collective bargaining not only prevents companies from controlling drivers, but it gives the drivers the power to control the industry that they are in, whether you are a driver or even a delivery worker. That is an industry that is really, really not regulated. by any government. Because why? Because there is no such law that can protect the workers from exploitation. However, it cannot continue like that. There is a time when this has to stop. When we first thought about IDG as guild that going to represent drivers, I always had that vision of being a union recognized by the state and the federal that really fights for the rights of the drivers. So some of you may not be really interested in even knowing what a union can do for the workers. Because, yes, we came from background, different laws, corrupted most of the time. Listen, I'm going to be blunt and really honest about what's going on in our countries as well. Unions, they're very weak. We understand that. But this is America, right? There is something called check and balance. There is a constitution that protects every citizen's rights, every institution's rights as well. So let's actually focus on what can we achieve together rather than bring in the old mentality from back home. We don't need to think like that. This is the future. This is how things are going to be or become if we come together and we change that narrative, we change that mentality. We have to stop being immigrants and focusing on becoming more of Americans. I know, Elijah, you're still listening to me. There's really a lot of things that I want to address with drivers tonight, but all what I want to deliver today is, please, we need a union, and we need it years ago. So let's come together and work on it. Send us your feedback or what do you think on, or even how to participate and actually become a member with IDG. We have a website called driversguild.org. And our phone number is 917-594-6880. Still have about 2 minutes remaining. Next week, I'll be here with the team. We're going to go through the activation one more time. If you're interested, you can give Elijah a phone call, and Elijah's going to give you the number. Go ahead, Elijah.
212-219-9695. 212-219-9695.
There you go. So next week, if you have any question about the activation, you can we can answer your question live, or you can simply call 917-594-6880. With that said, Elijah, I'm going to see you next week, hopefully at the studio.
No problem.
So we can be answering drivers' questions about the activation or any other resources that we may have. And by the way, the New York State grant, it's still open. So if you haven't applied, you can go to, just Google NYS Recovery Grants. And if you need help again, contact IDG 917-594-6880. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay warm. It's getting cold this day. Most of all, stay IDG. Thank you, Elijah.
Thank you. Thank you, Lavi. Appreciate it. That's IDG, as they do best to, make sure all the drivers are okay. So don't hesitate, follow them up. And every Saturday night, 10:30 till 11, with IDG team, of course, with Lavi.